Hi Rosa, how are you?
Yeah, good, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm absolutely fine. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, sure, sir. Firstly, thanks for accepting my request within short period of time.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, as you know that my name is Roja. Actually, I have done my graduation in 2016, passed out in civil engineering. I have a 2 years experience in non-IT field, sir. And after that, I got married and shifted to Bangalore.
Okay.
Present time, yes, sir. Present time searching for a job in testing and learning Java with Selenium, sir.
Okay, great. Okay. So what is WebDriver?
WebDriver.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, Java, I'm not prepared well. Only basics I know.
Okay, no issues. So let me share my screen then. I'll give you one website. You can tell me the test scenarios for that particular website. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is a Flipkart based website and we have selected the travel option in that. Okay. And you have two options over here. One is one-way trip and another is round trip. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're able to see this thing, right? This options from to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
Yes.
how will you test? How will you
Yes.
perform testing for this website?
Okay, sir. So firstly, I check with the Flipkart that will spelling mistakes. That's all. Logo. That's all. And I will check login page. After that, I check is it a one-way trip or round trip? Which type of it is. After that, I check about from and to options from where it is available, and after that I check departure time and return time also check. With the search button, we can check places from and to where we have to go. And we can check what is the is there any offers we have in the like amount.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it, sir.
Okay. See, now if you select a one-way trip, you should be able to see the cities along with that, the short form of the cities over here, as you can see, right? Bangalore is there, BLR is there, right? Then similarly, Mumbai, BOM is there, right? So from, let's say if I select, I have to go from Bangalore to Hyderabad. Okay, so this calendar control should be easily displayed, and along with the dates, the amount also should get displayed, right? Let's say if I select 5th April, so what is the amount of that particular trip, right? See, that is also coming over here, so that should also get displayed. Okay, and it should be readable format. It is readable. See, the date is displayed in black font and the amount is displayed in the green font, right? So yeah, so you can tell about this thing. Okay, now let's say if I select 21st March as depart on. Okay. And if I select return on 21st, so it's not allowing me to select. Okay. See, return on 22nd, it is allowing me to select. Okay. So this is one of the test case. Then what about this? You can create the test cases based on this permutations and combinations. Let's say you have one adult, one children, and one infant. Then you have
Yes.
one adult, no children, no infants. Then you have no adult, one children, one infants. Is this working fine? This plus minus icon, right? Let's say if I do,
Yes.
see, now if I do 0 0 for children and infants, then it should not allow me to do keep 0 for adults, because it is not possible. The zero traveler for any
Yes,
flight
sir.
is not possible, right? So that is a kind of
Yes,
negative
sir.
test. Then select various cabin classes, right? Those you can select. Again, you can select this, and again you can come over here. Now you can see the rates have got changed, because earlier the cabin class was different. Okay,
Yes.
right, like that. Okay, now let's say if I click on search button. Okay, so it should display the list within the quick some turnaround of time. Let's say it should not take 1 hour to just showcase the results. Okay, so this is one of the aspect. Okay, and then you can see that it is also giving me the various options from Bangalore to Hyderabad, and again from Hyderabad to Bangalore. So those all options are getting displayed over here, right?
Yes.
Then as you had
Yes, sir.
mentioned this thing about the coupon or any offer, is that then it should allow you to apply, right? So that is also there. That is good thing that you identified. Then next time if I come on this page, see, it is showing me continue with your search. That is the last time search it is showing me. Last
Yes.
time I searched from Bangalore to Hyderabad, so that it is showing me. Okay. One way. See, now one more aspect is the moment I had kept it one way, and if I keep return on, so automatically it changes to round trip.
Oh,
Yeah. So these are few of the
yes.
scenarios that you can test. Okay, now what if I want to keep a date of the past? That it should not allow me, right? See, past date it is not taking, right? That is also one of the negative test case that you can have. Now another test case would be, you can open this website in the IE browser, you can open this in the Firefox, Safari, Edge browser, you can open this website on the mobile phone, Android, iOS, and then you can test. Right? How is the look and feel of this website? Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is how the test scenarios that you need to tell in an interview. Okay, this is fine. Okay. Now, what is the difference between sanity testing and smoke testing?
Yes, sir. In smoke testing, we can check the deployment build is stable or not. Yeah. And in smoke testing, is it further QA testers or further testing is proceed or not? In smoke testing, when we'll go with sanity testing, sanity testing is the sequence of regression testing. In sanity testing, we can check the.
Sorry, I just missed your point. Sanity testing is a what of regression testing?
Subset of regression testing.
Subset. Correct. Absolutely correct.
Yeah. In sanity testing, we can check the changes of functionality. We can check the changes of functionality in sanity testing.
Who will perform smoke testing on sanity testing? Both are performed by developers or
Yes, sir.
Testers?
Yes, sir. Smoke testing can performed by testers and developers, but sanity testing will perform by only testers.
Okay, you were telling via smoke testing you can know whether the build is good for testing or not, right? So
not good, sir. It is stable or not.
It is stable or not. Okay. Now what is this build?
Sir?
Yeah. What do you mean by build? Let's say when you say, whether this build is stable or not. What is build actually?
Yeah. Build is some feature in the software application.
Build is a
feature.
Feature. Are you sure it's a feature?
Yes, sir. Like login page is one of the build in the application, like that.
No, actually, see, I'll tell you the difference between build and release also. But okay, now what is release?
Release,
Hmm.
I'm not clear, sir.
Okay. Are you aware about deployment in software testing?
Yes, sir. According to my knowledge, deployment means market release.
Okay, fine. See, now let's come to the first term, that is build. That was the question, right? So build may refer to the procedure by which the source code is changed into an independent frame that can be kept running on a computer. Okay, so a tester does not need to have the entire code to run or to test the software in his machine, in his or her machine, right? So what developers will do, they will create an independent frame or independent entity that will contain all the code of the application in the backend, and in the front end you can perform testing. Okay, so it's a combination of APIs plus UI. So it's a combination of the entire application, whichever features that are being developed, that is coming into the build, and it is given to the software testing team or to the testers for performing testing. Okay, now what is release?
Release, not clear, sir.
Okay, so release is nothing but it is the distribution of the final version of the application. Okay, let's say you had tested and you have certified version number 7 of some particular application, right? So that particular version, that particular release would be given to the, maybe it can be given into the public, or initially it would be given to the private, right? For performing the, or for using that particular application, right? That is release. Now what is software deployment?
Software, after execution and after completion of testing, we can release the build to the market requirements.
Mhm. Okay, now deployment is it's actually it's a combination of I would say deployment basically keeps a focus on the projects. Like let's say if some new things are being taken care by the development team, some new coding has been done by them. Okay, so what they would do is they would deploy that particular code into the software, and then they will give that particular release to you. Okay, let's say if you have raised some bug, if you have raised some issues, okay, so what they will do is they will fix that particular defect, and then they will perform the deployment in the software, and then they will give the release to you. Okay, is it clear now what is the difference between build, release, and
Yes,
software deployment?
yes, yes, sir.
Any other questions?
No, sir, I'm clear.
Okay, now what is waterfall model?
In waterfall model, we can we are unable to add the requirements at the middle of the software, sir.
Hmm.
Requirement changes are not allowed.
Requirement is not allowed means?
Requirement changes are not allowed in the waterfall model, sir.
Okay, requirement changes are not allowed. Okay, fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. So what is spiral model?
Spiral model. Spiral model, we can add the requirement changes in the middle of the software. Mainly, spiral model used in the product-based companies like Microsoft, like that.
Mhm. Okay, you are closer to the answer, but still, I'm looking for a kind of exact answer.
Spiral model.
Mhm.
I know, like that only, sir.
Okay, fine, fine. I'll give you a few of the hint, right? Um, what is the difference between waterfall and spiral model? If this thing is asked to you in an interview, so you can basically answer. First of all, waterfall model works in a sequential method. Okay, there will be phase
Okay.
A, phase B, phase C, or you can say phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. And you mentioned it very rightly. The requirements and early stage planning is very much necessary. There is no scope of changing requirements, right, in that.
Yes.
Right. While spiral model, it works in an evolutionary method. Okay. So what would
Okay.
happen in that is error or whichever risk are there, they are identified and they are rectified earlier itself.
Okay.
Okay. While in waterfall model, whichever errors or whichever risks are there, those are also identified, but they are rectified after the completion of all the stages.
Okay.
Okay. Again, flexibility, because of this, which is that we are taking the actions at the end of the stages. So flexibility is difficult in waterfall model. While in spiral model, flexibility is easy to, flexibility to change in spiral model is not difficult. Okay, I would say.
Yes.
Right. At the same time, waterfall model is comparatively less inexpensive, while spiral model is more expensive. Okay. Again, the risk is high in waterfall model, while risk is low in the spiral model.
Yes.
Yeah, clear?
Yes. Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay. Now, what is the difference between development environment and QA environment?
Development environment.
And QA environment.
In developer environment, they can develop the code. They will write the program. In testing environment, they will execute the test cases.
Okay. Any other point or any other thing?
No, sir. I know about that.
Okay, no issues. See, development team generally they maintain the dev environment to write their code. Okay, and only the development team has access to this environment, right? In this particularly environment, they will write the code, they will do the testing by themselves, and then they will write the unit test cases as well. Then whichever the code that they compile, whichever the code that they are confident of, that code they will be pushing into the QA environment for the testing. Okay, so in QA environment, what would happen is the testing team, or you can also say the actual testing takes place, right, in the QA environment. And the whichever the code is there in the development environment, that is moved from dev to QA environment for the test execution. Okay. Now let's say if you find a bug which you have to showcase to the developer, then what all points or how will you log a defect?
How, sir, can you explain me?
Yeah, sure. Let's say if you find out, if you have found some defect in the application or in the software that you are testing. Okay. So how will you log a defect? Which are the different things that you will take care while finding a defect?
While finding a defect, sir?
Yes. Let's say you are creating a defect or you are creating a bug. So what are all the different fields that you will take care of in your bug report?
Okay. Sir, firstly, that bug is reproducible. I will check it is reproducible or not. I can check for multiple times. Hello?
Yes. Hello, Rosa?
Hello?
Yes.
Sir, am
You
I
are
audible?
audible. Yes, you are audible. Hello.
Network issue, yes, sir.
No issues. You can continue answer.
Yes, sir. Firstly, as I said, it is reproducible or not. And I will check multiple environments. I will check also severity and priority of the bug.
Then you will be adding the summary of the defect then steps to reproduce, right? What is the actual result? What is the expected result?
Yeah.
Yeah, priority, severity you mentioned. Then what about the operating system or any specific browser, or is it the bug in the some particular virtual machine, or it is happening only in one particular specific machine only, right? So those are the things you will identify, and you will make sure that these things are taken care in the bug report.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you give me an example of a defect with high severity and low priority?
High severity and low priority, sir. High severity and low priority. Let us take an example like in railway application for reservation. When a customer try to reserve take the ticket for reservation, it will not support with valid credentials. Yeah. It will show us like error with valid credentials.
Okay. So when you are trying to log in, it will show you an error with the valid credentials.
When we are trying to reserve the tickets, it will show us error. Yeah.
When we are trying to reserve a ticket means
I feel like how can I say?
Yeah, please take your time to think, right? And even if you don't know the answer of the question, it is absolutely fine.
Yes, sir, I know, but I take another example.
Sure.
With we have a Gmail account login page. We can give a login valid password and valid username, but still it shows an error. That will high severity.
But again, if you have taken a login page and you are trying to log in with a valid credentials, then it would be a defect with a high severity and a high priority, right?
Yes, sir.
Now the question is about the defect example with a high severity, but the priority is low.
Sir, can you tell me?
Sure. Let's say if there is some particular feature, okay, or in your application or software, let's say if your application has 20 pages or 20 different screens, in 18th screen, you are getting some exception or internal server error is there. But this particular screen, 18th screen, will not be used by the customer very often. Okay, it is being used by the customer, let's say once in 3 months, right? So you can tell this is an example of high severity and low priority because the exception is coming. So that is a high severity bug. But again, the priority will be low because customer is not that much using that particular screen as of now. As of now, he or she is interested in using 1 to 10 screens. He is not going to the 18th screen as well. But yes, some exception is there. So defect is there. But priority will be low because customer is, first of all, you will be fixing and testing the defects that are related to the screens of 1 to 10. Right, you won't be taking into the consideration that is happening on the 18th screen. Yeah. Okay, is this right, Rosa? Okay, then Rosa, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Sir, actually I said right, I'm a 2016 passed out. Actually I have a 2 years experience in non-IT field, sir. So present I'm shifted to IT field. When I going to interview, they asked why you shifted to interview and why you shifted to IT field. How can I answer that? Can you?
Right. Now you are switching from non-IT background to IT background. Okay. So over here,
Yes.
what you can give multiple reasons. Okay. First reason is,
Yes.
let's say when you were passed out, you
Yes.
were looking for some kind of job because you had some financial conditions at your home, so that's why you had to take up that particular non-IT job, and you had to work over there until unless things get stable. So you can tell that answer, okay, for 2 years I did non-IT job because I had some financial issues at my home, so I had to take care of them. Okay, so I did non-IT, but now again I'm switching to IT because this is my passion. Software testing is my passion. I'm interested in doing software testing. Whenever I see software or applications or things around me, I'm interested in doing the contribution, or in contributing towards bringing the quality into that particular software or things. Right. That is why I want to move to the IT field. Okay. So you can answer in this manner. No issues in that.
Okay. Sir, actually, 17 to 19, I have 2 years experience. After that, I have a gap in 2 years.
Hmm.
They asked why these 2 years gap. How can I answer?
Right. So it can be 2 years gap. See, there are two reasons for that. One is it can be due to the personal reasons. Okay, many people who get married, they take a gap of 2 years.
Yes, sir.
Many people they do kind of they plan after their marriage, right? And for their kids, they'll take a break of 2 years, right? So this is
Yes.
all part and parcel of life. You can tell due to the personal reason I took gap of 2 years. Right now, again, I want to restart my career. So whatever
Yes.
is there, be very frank in telling to them. There is nothing wrong in focusing first things on your personal life and then to the professional life. That is fine.
Yes.
For 2 to 3 years or for maybe 4 to 5 years, it depends on individual, right? Some people, they think after marriage, after first focus I'll give to my family and then I'll focus on the professional thing. So you can tell all those things. Okay, so I want, after I did marriage, so after 2 years I again want to start, or we were planning for a child and that's why I took a gap of 2 years, right? So these all things you can
Yes.
tell, right?
Yes. Yes.
There's nothing wrong in telling the priority.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Rosa, any other question?
Um. Sir, can I get a fresher? A fresher?
Yes,
Can I
yes,
get
you
a
can
job
get,
as a fresher?
yeah, you can get job as a fresher. Yeah,
Yes.
you want to have water, you can have water.
No, sir. No.
Okay. See, you will get the job as a fresher only because you are starting. This would be your
Yes.
first job in the IT field. The non-IT field
Yes, sir.
experience cannot be counted in the IT field experience, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can ask them, you can request them that to complete your probation period. Maybe instead of 6 months, they can complete in 3 months itself. So you can become permanent employee because you already have the experience, right? But
Yes.
But yes, for software testing, you would be working as a fresher only.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. Okay. Okay, Rosa. Thank you so much for coming to the channel. Yeah. And all the best for your career and have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.